Money, money, money in my pocket. Money, money, I know how to count it. Money, money, money in my pocket. Money, money, I know how to count it.
The BARP Charitable Trust presents a Money Matters financial tip.
Preparing for retirement, there are other social, emotional, and psychological aspects that are involved. One is in your plan for your extra time, your volunteering to help others, and the importance of getting up, getting dressed, and getting involved. It really is very encouraging to get up, stay in your night clothes, have breakfast, go back to bed. I did that too. Very important though is avoid loneliness. Loneliness is really something that creeps up on you and can create depression, and then that can have negative consequences on your thinking and on your planning. So plan for social connection and relish your really close relationships. Spend your quality time with your close relationships. Plan for exercise and recreation. Consider how your physical, cognition, and social self will decline. It will. No matter how good you are now, eventually it will. What will you do then, and who will be your supports? Prepare for surprises and do things that protect any dependents you have. Typically, it's your spouse or your partner. It's important to keep positive and face challenges. Affirm and expect the best possible outcome of everything that you do. Now, I was making this joke with one of the BARP trustees before the seminar started, in that we tend to put our money in the bank, but the interest in the bank is now 0.00025%. So I did this little cartoon here. I pulled this little cartoon here with this old man who dragged his whole bed down to the bank to open a new account and hold up his mattress to display the few dollars he have under there. And I want to tell him the best thing he could do is probably carry it back home. But I was warned by the person I was speaking to that it might be stolen. But really and truly, a saving account, particularly in a commercial bank nowadays, particularly if you don't declare you're a retiree. If you don't declare you're a retiree, they don't stop charging you interest, tax, and they charge you the fees by the month for having the account. But if you declare you're a retiree, most banks give some concessions to retiree. So I mentioned that because it comes to earning. And earning, I'm saying the most important thing is save, and that saving is more important than investing. I like to encourage people to know that you can get by without understanding investing. If you want to be super successful, you probably want to take risks. But taking risks is really taking a risk. It could work out how it don't work out. But if you save on a regular basis and avoid spending money on interest, because that's really where most of your money goes and you don't realize it, you can do very good as long as you start early. In terms of earning, you might decide to do a little extra work just before you retire, or you can ask for a raise. People don't like to ask for a raise, but when you're asking for a raise, plan it well before so you have a lot of answers for all the things that might be asked or that might pop up that you can respond. You could work as a consultant. You may have a small business that you set up before and it's doing well, so that by the time you go into retirement, it provides some kind of support. One of the most popular things is looking at things in your home and things that you don't need, or things that when you're downsizing you will need, and you sell them. You rental, anytime somebody want to borrow anything from you, think about how you could rent it. Because I learned that from Busy Williams. We lend things and so on, but we are in retirement and things are valuable. So think of how we could nicely guide the person into some rental of some sort, or some exchange, some arbitrage. Hosting or tour guide, and then there are lots of other examples I have there of things you could do. That you sell your skills online, fitness health instructor, growing crops, that's a very popular one now. Horticulture, where you grow plants or flowers for sale, rearing animals, selling customs products that you're good at doing, things that you're good at preparing either as a product or a service. Now I'm going to turn now to retirement finances, and particularly to the area of spending. And I want to make this point. You can be rich by having more than you need. Or You can be rich by needing less than you have. Let's turn to spending. The most important thing when it comes to spending, not only for retirees, but for almost anyone who's earning a living and trying to manage their finances, is to track how they spend every cent. What you will find is that lots of money slips through your fingers that you never realized before, because in your head, this is how you spend your money. But how you actually spend it is something different. So track how you spend every cent. Does it match how you were thinking that you spend it? And therefore, when you do that, you not only review your budget for spending, but you stick to your budget. What can be changed? What can be substituted? Avoid impulse spending. Consider buying used and second-hand products. One of my recent articles was last 2 weeks. Do you really need a new car? Unless that car provides for your image that you're a salesman or something in your job, do you really need a new car? And my sister has always taught me that the best meal is a home-cooked meal. And if you can take any with you, bring back it and take it with you. Now, BARP members, particularly here, should know about asking for a discount. And I make the point that a budget is telling your money where to go, and that's why tracking your expenses is important, because when you do your budget, there comes a time when you look at it and say, but I had this amount of income, I should have been able to manage all these expenses. What happened to my money? Where did it go? So instead of wondering where it went, you would know and make sure it goes where it's supposed to go by tracking your expenses and pulling back all those wandering dollars that are going elsewhere to where they should be going. Shop for only what is on your prepared list. Use cash only. Take a snack from home. I always have a snack in my car. Small subscription fees can be a problem. Watch for emotional, psychological triggers. You know, if you're in a certain mood, you may feel you need retail therapy. I understand that's what some people do. They're not feeling so hot, so they go and get some retail therapy. Set short-term goals for your spending and for your saving, and keep watch on interest and service fee costs.
BARP, all activists for ground.